guys, it is first day of CaribAThon. Welcome to the channel. So we are going to be doing 11 days of reading books by Caribbean author from the Caribbean or of Caribbean heritage, and I am starting off with Sweetheart. So guys, I got this bookmark and I'm gonna use it now, and I got this when I went to a winery. It was like a spring festival. I did partially started vlogging, and then I had injured my ankle at the time, so I just scrapped it. But that where I got this from, they had so much cute things. A little snippet, and you can see what they had. It was entertaining. That's the most I can say. But Sweetheart is a nickname for the character who had died, and her friend has the task of dividing her ashes, where half of it stays in Jamaica, the other half is going to America. And you are learning about this character through multiple people. So you're learning about her through the friend, Cheryl, and then you're learning about her through her father and other people in her life. Now there's a bit of a, not completely understanding what really she died of. The friend said one thing, but then there's a section that says that didn't say what it was. So I get there is some issues in this, I guess, secret or revelation or something in that way will come out. Now it is short. I really wanted to see if I could do this in a day. Probably not, but I am 46 pages in. Started it super early this morning and I'm enjoying it, so I figure I'll enjoy sitting out here because it rained last night. It is very much cool, so the pollen's a little down, so I haven't sneezed yet, so I think I can survive out here for a little bit. So the goal is to read some of this. Also, I want to start this as well, which actually I did. So you guys know I did start this last year and I got to 127 pages. So I'm rereading it. The good thing is I remember it while I'm reading it, what happened. And this is another one of those cute bookmarks. So I got two. So the goal is to read as much as possible this week of this one as well, because I have plans to see the author this weekend. Fingers crossed everything work out. I have not been to a book event since the Pandorama started, and I used to go to a lot. You guys who follow me for a long time know that I used to go to book events all the time. So this will be my first one in a long time, so I'm looking forward to it. The goal is to read as much as possible. I did not intend to finish this book yet because I wanted to take my time with this, take a lot of notes, so when I'm having discussion, every nooks and cranny of the book it can be discussed if someone talked about it. So we're gonna see where we go with this one, but I'm gonna start reading some more of this here. And yeah, I enjoy my peppermint tea. I love that I'm growing it. So I come out to pick up some bush, and it's been springing back up because a lot of rain, so hopefully I can enjoy it for a while. So I brewed some, and yeah, so that's the goal for today, to read some more of this. And I think I'm going to also talk about some other ones from the author, that if you're interested in this author, Alecia McKenzie. So we'll do that. But for right now, get some reading done. Yeah. guys, so I couldn't help myself. Absolutely couldn't help myself. So I finished it. It's the only thing I read, and it's just a page turner. Now, before I go into this, these are the other two books that I read from her. This is a short story collection, Story from Yard. This is good. I did a review on this. I will link it. But this is one of those stories that I felt like she gave like a different take on immigrants. People living in Jamaica, and also immigrants living in other countries that you typically don't hear of. And this is one of the things I loved about this one. And of course, this was her latest release, A Million Auntie. I did a review on this, and one of the things I said about this was it's one of those stories that you want more. You're like, where's the rest of it? You want more. That's how good she was. And because she often writes short stories and stories within novel kind of form, this is what this gave me, where you can tell she was a short story writer, how she wrote this. And this is about a man who is going back to the island, to his root, in a way to escape his problem, and to be freely in an environment that he thought he could use his art, his gift to cope with what he's going through. That's as much as I'm going to give you, but I did do a review, so I will link this. The reason why I'm bringing that up is you get it in here as well. The main character, Cheryl, is given the task of bringing home her friend Dulcie's ashes. And in this story, she writes it similar, where it is a story within stories, where each chapter is someone's close to the Dulcie that died. So we're talking her father, her men that she's dated, her other people that has come into her life, whether it's for good or bad. And in this, the main character, you are learning about the woman that died in terms of how art was her escape, with all the things that happened in her life, and how art became a very focal point in this story. And you get so much of it when it comes to Aunt Marvis. And Aunt Marvis is that woman that you have this gift for always seeing things, always have the remedy, the bushwoman that sometimes people don't understand. And in her part of the story is where the art becomes important, where you can imagine what the art is saying, and the interpretation of the art, telling stories that even when you think of people who paint and create art, and oftentimes you're not sure where the art is, but when you hear someone talking about what art represents, and you can see the painting in a different way. And I think talking about this, maybe people wouldn't have noticed that, but the way she write it, you can just see how it is interpreted in the artwork. I'm an art lover. I love this. I was very much into this, and I couldn't get enough of it. I do find that it has a bit of sadness, because it does have a lot of family secrets, and how family secrets can carry on for so long, and how it can affect people. And it does, you see that in this, and that part of the story was a bit sad, and also give you that whole, like, this is life, this is just how things are. And I found that part of the story was just like a bit hard, especially for the main character, Cheryl. Now, there are this whole idea of where she hang on to this secret and this, but the secret turned out to be something else that wasn't like targeted in the storyline. But I like that it was done that way, because it just made me want to know what's going to happen next. Who's going to dish out bits and pieces of the character that died, Dulcie, bits and pieces of her life that you didn't know, because everyone seemed to have something of her that the other person is unaware of, although Cheryl, the best friend, knows her the most, and have certain connection with her compared to everybody else. So I'm going to leave it at that, because this book is such a good discussion book. It is 134 pages. Like, it's not long. I mean, the font is a little small, but it's not long. But once you start, you're just not going to want to put it down. And People Tree is a publisher that did the second publishing for this. It originally came out in 2011, and then it was reprinted under that publisher in 2012. So but I cannot wait to read her other books, because she's just a gem. And now that I got 3 books under my belt, I will continue. So yeah, this is a yes, my first book for the Readathon. Alright guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, come on, bug.